Valmiki Ramayana, Aranya Kanda, Book number 3, Sarga 45, Roman numerals XLV 45, Lakshman's departure. But Sita, hearing, as she thought, her husband's cry, with anguish fraught, called to her guardian Lakshman run, and in the wood seek Raghu's son. Scarce can my heart retain its throne, scarce can my life be called mine own. Assail my powers and senses fail at that long loud and bitter wail. Haste to the wood with all thy speed, and save thy brother in his need. Go save him in the distant glade, where loud he calls for timely aid. He beneath some giant foe, a whom overthrown, to her prayer step he stirred, obedient to his mother's word, to Janak's child with inflamed, Sumitra's son a friend. Thou hast no love for Rama, no. Thy joy is vice, thy thoughts are low. Hence thus unmoved thou yet canst stay, while my dear Lord is far away. If aught of ill my Lord betide, who led thee here, thy chief and guide, ah, what will be my helpless fate, left in the wild wood desolate. Thus spoke the lady, sad with fear, with many a sigh and many a tear, still trembling like a captured doe. And Lakshman spoke to calm her woe. Videhan queen, be sure of this, and at the thought thy fear dismiss. Thy husband's mightier power defies all gods and angels of the skies, Gandharvas and the sons of light, serpents and rovers of the night. I tell thee of the sons of earth, of gods who boast celestial birth, of beasts and birds and giant hosts, of demigods, Gandharvas, ghosts, of awful fiends, O thou most fair, there lives not one whose heart would dare to meet thy Rama in the fight, like Indra's self unmatched in might. Such idle words thou must not say, thy Rama lives, whom none may slay. I will not, cannot leave thee here, in the wild wood till he be near. The mightiest strength can ne'er withstand his eager force, his vigorous hand. No, not the triple world allied, with all the immortal gods beside. Dismiss thy fear, again take heart, let all thy doubt and woe depart. Thy Lord, be sure, will soon be here, and bring thee back that best of dear. Not his, that mournful cry, nor haply came it from the sky. Some giant's art was busy there, and framed a castle based on air. A precious pledge art thou consigned to me by him of noblest mind, nor can I, fairest dame, forsake the pledge which Rama bade me take. Upon our heads, O Queen, we drew the giant's hate when Rama slew their chieftain Kara, and the shade of Janastan in ruin laid. Through all this mighty wood they rove, with varied cries from grove to grove. On bent they wander here, but oh dismiss thy causeless fear. Bright flashed her eye as Lakshman spoke, and forth her words of fury broke. Upon her truthful guardian flung, with bitter taunts that pierced and stung. Shame on such false compassion base of thy glorious race. Joyous sight I win to thee, my Lord, in direst strait to see. Thou knowest Rama sore bestead, or word like this thou ne'er hadst said. No marvel if we find such sin in rivals false to kith and kin. Wretches like thee of evil kind, concealing crime with crafty mind. Thou wretch, thine aid wilt still deny, and leave my Lord alone to die. Has love of me unnerved thy hand, or Bharat's art this ruin planned? But be the treachery his or thine, in vain the base design. For how shall I, the chosen bride of dark-hued Rama, lotus-eyed, the queen who once called Rama mine, to love of other men decline? Believe me, Lakshman, Rama's wife, before thine eyes will quit this life, and not a moment will she stay, if her dear lord have passed away. The lady's bitter speech that stirred each hair upon his frame he heard, with lifted hands together laid, his calm reply he gently made. No words have I to answer now, my deity, O queen, art thou. But 'tis no marvel, dame, to find such lack of sense in womankind. Throughout this world, O mighty dame, weak women's hearts are still the same, inconstant, urged by envious spite. They serve friends and hate the right. They serve friends and hate the right. I cannot brook, Videhan queen, thy words intolerably keen. Mine ears thy fierce reproaches pain, as boiling water seethes the brain. And now to bear me witness all the dwellers in the wood I call, that when with words of truth I plead, this harsh reply is all my meed. Ah, woe is thee! Ah, grief that still, eager to do my brother's will, mourning thy woman's nature, I must see thee doubt my truth and die. I fly to Rama's side, and oh, may bliss attend thee while I go. May all attended wood gods screen thy head from harm, O large-eyed queen. And though dire omens meet my sight, and fill my soul with wild affright, may I return in peace and see the son of Raghu safe with thee. The child of Janak heard him speak, and the hot teardrops down her cheeks, increasing to a torrent, ran, as thus once more the dame began. O Lakshman, if I widowed be, Godavan's flood shall cover me, or I will die by cord or leap, life weary from yon rocky steep. Or deadly poison will I drink, or 'neath the kindled flames will sink, but never reft of Rama can consent to touch a meaner man. Wow. The mighty dame, with many sighs and torrents pouring from her eyes, the faithful Lakshman thus addressed, and smote her hands upon her breast. Sumitra's son, overwhelmed by fears, looked on the large-eyed queen. He saw that flood of burning tears. He saw that piteous mien. He yearned sweet comfort to afford. He strove to soothe her pain. But to the brother of her lord she spoke no word again. His reverend hands once more he raised. His head he slightly bent. Upon her face he sadly gazed, and then toward Rama went. Wow, 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 absolutely wow, wow. In this chapter, basically, there is a exchange between Sita and Lakshman. Sita completely destroyed Lakshman with the most piercing, offensive words. And this makes perfect sense because Rama told Lakshman, and Lakshman takes Rama's word as the law, and he obeys that word without deviation. So the only way for Lakshman to disobey the word of Rama is to be scolded by some higher authority to such a point that he is bewildered. And this is what happened. Wow. She literally accused him of wanting, imagine, wow, this is really painful, of wanting her. And if Rama dies, then she will be his. This is how heavy words came out of Sita Devi. Because, led by emotion, she was so afraid. She freaked out literally because of that shriek she heard coming from Rama in a distant wood. So this is how Ramayana is developing. Everything makes perfect sense. Everything makes perfect sense. Lakshman knows he cannot leave her side in within this dreadful forest. He cannot leave her side. And she convinced him because she said that secretly Lakshman is hoping to win over her, and that Rama will die and Lakshman will take the dame for himself. This is wow. Absolutely wow. This is what's going on here. Wow. How shall life to love of other men decline? He is, she is insinuating that Lakshman is after her. He wants her and plans demise of Rama. Wow. Heavy, heavy, heavy. This makes perfect sense. This is how she bewilders Lakshman with these harsh, harsh words. And this is how Ramayana, eternal Ramayana develops. It's a eternal, the greatest drama ever told. When God descends, he exhibits the most beautiful superhuman pastimes, amazing, beautiful pastimes to attract the conditioned souls back to Godhead. Jai Sri Ramayana Ki Jai, Roma Victor, victory to Rama, eternal Rome, eternal Rama. Hail Ram, Jai Sri Ram.